All right. Hello. My name is Leah with Scott Leroy Marketing. And in today's class, we will be going over listings and landing pages within KW Command. So there are actually my favorite feature of Command are these landing pages that we'll be covering today. You can create neighborhood specific landing pages for your contacts and also general listing pages that promotes your listings that you might have, or a great way to capture leads that you can put on social media or email out and so forth. So we'll be taking a look at all of that today. Now the first thing that you'll want to do is log into Command. So to log into Command, that is agent.kw.com. Okay, again, that is agent.kw.com. And that will take you to what you're seeing on my screen if it doesn't log you in automatically. And if you have not already saved this to your bookmarks bar, it's a great thing to do. You'll be going to the site pretty much nonstop as a KW agent. So agent.kw.com, and you can always save it to your bookmarks bar as well. Now when you log in here, this will be the same username and password as you used to log in to my KW, same login as for Kelly. So they're trying to streamline all the username and passwords. I don't know about you, but I have enough passwords to remember, so I like this change. And just a heads up, the password is case sensitive. So make sure you're putting in a capital letter if you're having trouble getting in. And click sign in. Of course, we have the forgot password option on the bottom right here. And if you have any trouble logging in, feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'd be more than happy to help you reset your password so you can participate in class. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is just a tad bit of homework. All right, we need to make sure that your Command marketing profile is set up. Another really great feature of Command is you can set up your marketing profile one time and it autofills all of your contact information onto your websites, landing pages, smart plans, you name it. So let's make sure that is set up because that is the number one thing you want to do when you're first accessing Command. So to get there, let's click on your name on the very top right of Command. And then click on Settings from that drop-down. So your name on the very top right, and then Settings. From here, let's take a look at this left side menu and go ahead and click on Connect Settings. And you'll see that marketing profile I was talking about. So go ahead and click on that where it says Marketing Profile. And it will take you again to the profile that will autofill all of your branding information onto anything created within Command. So it's a really huge time saver. All right, so this is where you want to go and make sure all your information is correct and enter that in if it's not already. Now you'll have to fill in any fields that are marked required. So you'll notice the photo, for example, is required. And any fields that have a red asterisk next to it, that is also required. So you won't be able to save it unless you fill in that field. So you can add your headshot here. Just a heads up, this display is a little less distorted if it's a square, right? Your headshot is a square. You'll see any sizing regulations here. Right, you can put in all of your contact information here, your bio, phone number, and so forth. Now, we're not going to have enough time to fill this in during class, but make a note of how we got here so you can fill it in after class. And even better news is we can fill this out for you, okay? So if you do not want to mess with this and you would like for us to do it for you, we're more than happy to. You'll just need to fill out this form. So you can copy and paste this into your browser. So it's scottleroymarketing.com/command. Right, and it will give you a short form to fill out. You can attach your headshot and your logo, and we can add that in as well for you. So again, we're more than happy to do this for you, but it is a very crucial thing to have set up if you do not already. And if you want to come back after class, how we got here is, again, by clicking on your name on the top right, Settings from that drop down, and then we're clicking on Connect Settings on the left-hand side here. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do now that we did that fun piece of homework is let's talk about creating neighborhood landing pages for your contacts. So the first place we need to go is into your contacts. So go ahead and click on the contacts icon on the left-hand side menu of Command. Okay, and again, another favorite part of Command is I love that they have it all centralized onto one menu. If you've been with KW for a while, right, you know that all of the KW technology was a little spread out in the last system, which made it a little difficult to learn and learn the navigation to get everything. Here in Command, you have everything centralized on the left-hand side menu. So as you're starting to learn the system, you can simply go down this menu, click on it, play around, and it's a great way to learn that. Another heads up, if you click on the KW logo on the top left, it will pop up telling you what each section does, so you can start to learn the navigation. All right, so we're on the Contacts section, the icon that looks like two little people hanging out there. And let's go ahead and create a test contact just so we can practice on. It's really, really great to have a test contact so you can practice on the command stuff before doing this for a real client. So if we click Add Contact on the very top right, all right, we'll make this a festive class. We all know who's coming to town next week, so let's have him buy a house. I don't know how real estate is in the North Pole, but let's check that out. Okay, so primary email. So for this, to create a neighborhood landing page, you need two main things. That is an email address in for the contact and a neighborhood added in. And I'll show you that in just a moment. But let's make sure we have an email address added in. If you are doing a test contact, I would just go ahead and put in your personal email address so you can actually, again, see what it looks like when you receive things from Command. All right, and click Create. So right now we just need to add in a name and an email address and click Create. And just heads up, whenever you add a contact, it just reloads your contact page, so it always takes you back here. You would have to use the search feature on the top left to search for the contact we just added in. And go ahead and click on his name from that drop down. Okay, and that will take you on into the contact record. Again, all you have to do is click on the contact's name, and it will bring you into the contact record. So again, as I mentioned, we have the email address, right? So the second big thing we need to add is the neighborhood. So where it says add neighborhood here, okay, so in theory, what would have happened in the past is, let's say you just got off the phone with your client, and they let you know different neighborhoods around the area that they're interested in looking in. Right, they let you know their listing criteria, so now you come back to your command system into their contact record, where we are now, and we're going to add the neighborhoods that they mentioned, okay, or the areas they liked. So if I click on Add Neighborhood here, there's three different ways that you can add neighborhoods in. So the first way, how you'll have to start it off, is where it says Search for a Neighborhood here. Let's say we start typing in an area near me, okay? And just a heads up, if you see like a little pop-up on your browser asking if for it to like know your location, whatever that might say, you want to allow that, okay? You want it to know your location so it can help you find neighborhoods close by to where you are, just heads up. So if I put in a neighborhood here, I can go ahead and click on that from the drop-down when it displays. As soon as I click on one of those options, it will show me a map of where that neighborhood is, and also give me other suggested neighborhoods that are nearby. So from here, I can either continue searching in the search bar here. I have the option to just simply click on these suggested neighborhoods on the bottom. And you'll notice as soon as I click one from here, it adds it up here as these are the neighborhoods that your contact is interested in. Okay, you can always X out of it if you accidentally add one. All right, the last way that you can add neighborhoods in is on a map. So if you know the general area that they're looking in, let's say south of Charlotte, right? You can go ahead and click Find on a map. And it will show you where you are. And you can search for location. I would recommend searching for a general location nearby first so that it zooms you right into the area. So if I click on that, you'll notice it zooms me right in. And you'll have a plus and minus sign on the bottom right of the map that you can zoom in and out even further. And as you keep zooming in closer, you'll start to see, I like to think of them as puzzle pieces, okay? So you'll see a bunch of little separated sections here, and if you hover your mouse over that, it shows you what that neighborhood is. Right, you see it pops up what neighborhood that is. So if I think my contact, or if the contact indicated they're interested in this neighborhood, I can simply click on it. It will check it and indicate it right here. I can go through and keep adding that in. And click Save, okay? So that's the third way that you can add neighborhoods in, by clicking on the map. This is especially useful, right? Some of the neighborhood names might be slightly different. It might be more based on a general area than a specific neighborhood sometimes. Okay, these neighborhoods are being pulled in from Nextdoor. So if you do not see it from when you're searching here, it's really great to look at it on a map to be able to, zoom into the neighborhood and click it from here. Just a quick tip on that. And then you can click Save on the bottom right. Okay, so now I have done all the work that I need to do in order to create a neighborhood landing page, right? That was very easy. I added a contact, added some neighborhoods, and now look how great this neighborhood landing page looks. So right under this map here, you'll see two options, copy link and preview. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on preview. Feel free to do it on your end as well if you're following along. So if I click on preview, it'll open that neighborhood landing page up into a separate tab. And this is exactly what you can send your contact. So you can let your contact know, hey, I created this neighborhood landing page for you or a neighborhood website for you to search for homes that you're interested in. So what they'll have the option to do, first of all, the main feature at the top here, you'll see all the neighborhoods that you added in. And I can click on any of these options to view the homes in that neighborhood right away on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, it will show them a map of where that neighborhood is. Okay, and they can click on any of the properties from the map here. I really like this draw feature as well. So similar probably to your MLS, they have a draw feature. So if I click on draw, there's an icon right here. As the client, I can draw this location and it will show me any homes for sale in the area that I drew in. They also have the option to add neighborhoods, right? So if they want to search even further besides the neighborhoods you entered in for them, they can add neighborhoods themselves on the top left here. It's a very cool feature. They can toggle on the right-hand side here for filters to search, to kind of narrow this down a little bit for them. So they do have that option as well. Coming up here on the top right, let's click on neighborhood stats. Okay, and again, this information always pertains to whichever neighborhood they have selected, so they can toggle that. It will show them, first of all, where it is on a map, the average price per home, price per square foot, days on market, how many homes are for sale and pending at this time. They can scroll on down and see the stats in the neighborhood, sold stats. And as they keep scrolling, this is a very cool feature as well. We have the option, so let's say they're moving from out of town, and so they don't know the area very well. They know they are getting transferred to, let's say, Bank of America uptown. So they can click search for a place right here, and they can search for Bank of America. I'll go with Bank of America Stadium for any Panthers fans. All right, and it will show them how close the neighborhood is that they're looking in to their place of work. All right, so it shows them it's 23 minutes away. They can get directions right from here, which I believe pulls up on Google Maps from my memory. They can edit this here. If they really want to walk or bike to work, they have the option to toggle the directions there as well. So great feature there. And as we keep scrolling down, they'll see different places that are close by to the neighborhood. So maybe they can see any restaurants or shoppings that are close by. And these are continuously being added in. Looks like this pulls from Yelp here and also from the insights within Command. So more is to come on those. As you keep scrolling, they will even be able to see recent sold ones, nearby neighborhoods, and it prompts them to contact you right here if needed. Okay. You have all your contact information on the bottom, which pulls from your marketing profile where we started class, right? So that is very important here. And as I scroll up to the very top, scrolling back up, if you click on About Me on the top right, you'll see your contact information as well. And again, guys, this pulls from that Command marketing profile. So if you need to edit any of this information, click on your name on the top right of Command and Settings to navigate on over to your marketing profile. All right. So that is in a separate tab, just a heads up, so not to lose anyone. But right, I'm on a tab. I'm going to switch back to the tab that has Command Contacts on the tab name. So I just want to point out on these neighborhood landing pages, right, we previewed it. But if you want to copy the link, right, if I click copy link, what I could then do, let me pull up an email so I can show you guys real quick. 1 second. Okay, so then in theory, let's say I copied this neighborhood landing page. I then go into my email, okay, and I could say, hello, Santa. Below, please find a website I created for you to search through the neighborhoods you are interested in to find homes for sale, neighborhood stats, and more. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Okay, and so I could go ahead and paste in that link, right? We copied it, so now I'm going to right click, paste in that link, and there it is. Okay, so they would receive this email here, they could click on it, and they can even save it, right? You can let them know here, please save this for future reference, right? If they save this or bookmark it, it will always show the most up-to-date information. So if in a week or 2 weeks they go back to this link, it will always show the newest homes. So this is constantly updated. So you can always check back on the newest homes for sale in the neighborhoods they're interested in. Okay, so that is how you can send that out to your clients. All right, and again, one second. Again, how we got that, right? How easy was that? All we did was added in some neighborhoods, click copy link, and we can send that out right away. And it looks like you spent hours putting together this wonderful neighborhood landing pages that gives them all this hyper-local information on the homes they're interested in. So really great tool. With that being said, right, I just showed you how to manually send out this neighborhood landing page. If you've heard of smart plans at all, there is a monthly neighborhood smart plan and a bi-weekly neighborhood smart plan that will send out this neighborhood landing page to them at either once a month or once every other week, okay, depending if you pick the monthly or bi-weekly. All right, so you can set that up and it will automatically keep sending them a link to this neighborhood landing page once a month with the updated information. I do have a class on that as well. So if you are interested in learning about the smart plans class, on the neighborhood nurtures, that is the link to that if you'd like to check that out after. All right, so again, that's more of an automated process, so you don't have to continuously be sending out this link here. All right, so that is one big thing that you can do is these neighborhood landing pages. Very, very cool tool for your clients. But now let's take a look at how you can create listing landing pages and other landing pages. You can actually create a landing page for clients to leave a testimonial or again market your listing or capture leads. So let's take a look at what we can do and how easy it is to set that up. So on the left hand side here, again we're coming back to our command menu, let's click on the very bottom option, which is sites. So clicking on the very bottom live option here, and that is the sites option. Okay, that loaded weird. Let's try that again. All right. So sites option, and this did recently change, like within the last maybe couple months here, landing pages did move to the sites section. All right, so from the sites section, what we'll want to do is come up on the very top right where it says create a new site. So we're clicking create a new site on the very top right. And you have two options. You have the option to create a new page on your agent site, right, on the KW Command website that recently launched. Or you have the option to select as a standalone page. Okay, that's talking about landing pages, lead capture pages, squeeze pages. You might have heard of them called. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on that second option. And click create page. Okay, so that will take you on over to the editing platform for the landing pages. So first thing we can do is go ahead and update the page name on the top right. Let's say I have a brand new listing that I want to promote. I can even put it on my signs. I can put that out on Facebook. Your clients will be super impressed that you created a whole standalone website for their listing, okay? And so forth. And I'll explain how to do all of those things I just mentioned. So, but first of all, let's go ahead on the top left. I'm going to name this 123 North Pole. We're sticking with Santa and the Christmas spirit here. All right, 123 North Pole Street. I have that named. Now on the right-hand side, we have widgets. And this makes it super, super easy to customize these landing pages, and it looks very professional, and you don't have to do a whole lot. All right, so all you have to do with these widgets on the right-hand side is you can simply click on that, hold your mouse down, and drag that over to the left-hand side, this blank page. You'll see that green bar at the top indicating where you're laying that, and you can release your mouse to actually let that drop through. And it will allow you to edit this information after we add all the widgets. So if something doesn't look quite right, like this weird headshot issue, just hold tight on that. I'll show you how you can edit this information in just a moment here. So I just added the branded header. Obviously, as you can see, it adds in all of your contact information from the marketing profile. All right, let's say I want to add in listing information here, right? I'm promoting a listing, so all I'm going to need to do is click on where it says listing here. Click to drag and hold and drag that over to the left-hand side. Again, we have that green bar showing me it's adding it under the header, so I can release and it adds it in. Again, I definitely know this isn't your listing, even though this would be an awesome listing to have. All right, but you'll be able to configure the widgets in just a moment here to add your listing instead, so hold tight on that. All right, other things on the right-hand side here. So as I scroll, I'm going to scroll down on the left-hand side so I can get to the bottom because that's where I want to add more widgets. And I can go ahead and select, maybe I want a lead capture form, right? I want them to be able to reach out to me from the landing page. So I'll go ahead and click on the lead form, click and hold, right? We see that green bar to drop that, and it goes ahead and drops that in. Okay, I'm going to add just a couple extra just so you can see what they do, okay? But I would definitely play around with these, add the widgets so you can see what they look like, so you can know exactly what you want to, which widgets you want to add for live landing pages. So let's say I'll add the market snap as well. So you can see how the green line moves depending on which widget you'd like to order that in. So you can always reorder that, that's no problem. So this is a market snap, right? This will show trends for the neighborhood that the listing is in, very cool. Again, I know this is not the actual neighborhood. We'll be updating that in just a minute. So 2 brand new widgets that they just added in literally since last month that I taught the class. So within this month, they added in a video widget and also a testimonial capture form. Now the video widget I was just playing with before class here. The video widget is working and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment here. But again, let's click and drag that over. The testimonial capture form is not fully live quite yet. So you can add that over and I'll show you what it looks like. However, clients cannot actually leave a testimonial yet. It doesn't actually go through, but it is very exciting and should be coming very soon here. KWRI is running updates to the system, right? So that should be coming sooner than later, hopefully. So I'll add that in as well, just to show you guys what it looks like. Okay. So now that we added in about 900 widgets, we can configure them. All right, so you'll notice on the top right here, it does not allow you to publish the page once you add the widgets. You have to configure the widgets first, right? You see if I hover my mouse there, it says configure the widgets on the bottom to publish that right away. Okay, so there I have configure widgets on the very bottom right here. So let's go ahead and click on that. Oh, sorry guys, before you do that, I just want to point out one more thing. You can also add, these widgets are my favorite because they're really easy to add in, but you can also add in content blocks. So if you need to add in individual images or text sections that you want to type in, you most definitely can. Okay, so there are content blocks here. It would be the same concept. You click the text section, drag it over, place it, and release it to add in some text right away. Okay, there are layout blocks as well that you can add in. Once you're happy with it, go ahead and click on Configure Widgets on the very bottom right. And all of these have to have a green check mark to the right of them in order to publish the page. Okay, so a few of them already are configured, but we'll need to start at the top here, the branded header. So number 1, sorry, that was a little fast. Go ahead and click on the very top widget that you might have, whatever it might be. And it will take you to start configuring it. So you have to fill out any fields that have a red asterisk for it to save. So I need to enter a header title. So let's say I want to put in proudly presenting 123 North Pole Street. Okay. Whatever you would like that to be, and that will display on the top here once we click Save and Apply. Okay, so I'm going to edit it first and then click Save and Apply. If your headshot is doing this, you guys, see how mine is kind of duplicating there. All right, if you add your headshot in as a square, that will fix that up. Okay, and if you have any issue with that, feel free to email us at support@scottloriemarketing.com. Send over your headshot, and we can re-add that in as a square. All right, so that's messing up because mine is a rectangle here. All right, so now that we have this information correct, we can scroll on down, and all of this information fills in from your marketing profile. So you don't have to do a whole lot here, but you can click Save and Apply. And you can see it updates that right away on the left-hand side. Okay, and I can either click back to go back to all my widgets, or I'm actually going to click on the arrow on the right-hand side to go through my next widget. So I'm on widget 1 of 6. I'll click the arrow on the right-hand side on the top right here to go to the next widget, and that is my listing widget. Okay, so now I need to browse listings to find actually my listing instead of this default one. So I'll click Browse Listings here. And that will pull up the listings that are available. You can go ahead and search on the top by property address, MLS number. Okay, you can search that right here. Once you find your listing, you can simply click Select. Okay, simply click Select here to pull in that listing information. So I can now see on the right-hand side the listing information, so which listing I selected. And I can also pick which photo will display right here. Okay, so let's say I like this photo a lot. So this is pulling from the listing, you'll see, but you can also add in a custom image instead if you would like to. So you're selecting which image will display right here, and click Save and Apply to see that update on your actual template on the left-hand side. So now I have that updated. I can scroll on down and view the property information. Okay, and that will fully update as we finish up this, as we finish configuring all the widgets. All right, so now that I did widget 2 of 6, I'll click Next here. All right, and some of the widgets, you don't really have to do anything at all, right? So on this widget, all you can do is change this right here. Well, sorry. All right, so all you can do is change that text, so you can go ahead and do that. See if I can undo that. 1 second, guys. Sorry, hang tight. All right, so you can just change the information at the top here. So if you want to say, contact me today, or contact me for a private preview of the home, okay, whatever you'd like to say here, click Save and Apply. And I'm going next, right? So I'm repeating this process. I configure the widget, click the arrow on the top right to go to the next widget. This is widget 4 of 6. Okay, so this is that neighborhood snap that we were talking about, that you can show neighborhood trends right on the landing page. Also really cool, right? If you're promoting a listing, they probably want to know more information about the neighborhood that it's in. So this is great to provide and to customize for them. So let's say I'll put in the header here. I want this to be the neighborhood name, Audrey Neighborhood Trends. And then I can put in the zip code that the neighborhood is in. Once you put in the zip code, it will then give you different neighborhoods from this dropdown that you can scroll through and select. Once you're done with that, you can click Save and Apply. And that should update for you on the left-hand side here. Okay, so now we have our Silver Creek neighborhood trends, and you can see that information right here, those stats. All right, now we'll click the next button on the top right. Right, we're clicking that arrow again. All right, so this is the brand new video widget. Feel free to just watch on my screen on this one. So you can now embed videos into your landing pages. Again, this is new within the last few weeks, definitely this month. So let's say, in theory, if you created let's say you created a video on the neighborhood, right? Creating videos is great for search engine optimization. Since Google owns YouTube, it really helps pull up higher on search engines, okay? So it's really great to create videos for your business. So even if it's a video of literally you just talking about the neighborhood, you know, trends of the neighborhood, things that are next, places that are nearby, let's say like close by shopping or, the YMCA that's close by, whatever it might be, right? If you start creating videos like that on neighborhoods, it will start promoting you as that neighborhood expert, especially on things like Google, okay? So when someone searches that neighborhood. Just, that was kind of a side note there. But so let's say you did that, right? You took my advice and that sounded like a good idea. Okay, and you put your your video on YouTube. So once it's on YouTube, and I'm going to pull over a YouTube video so you guys can see what to do. So once it's on YouTube, your video, you can then come on down, and just a heads up, you have to use this embed link. So where it says share right here, that is what you need to click in order to add the video to your landing page. So if I click on share right here, it'll show me this embed URL. So I can go ahead and click copy. The share URL. I misspoke. So you're clicking share and clicking copy here. All right, once you do that, I can then come back over to my landing page. And I can go ahead and put in a headline. So let's say I'll do Silver Creek neighborhood stats, whatever you would like it to be. And you can put in a description here, learn more about the up and coming Silver Creek neighborhood. You can then select if you would like to use a video URL or upload a video. Since I went ahead and copied that from YouTube, I can paste that in, right? So I right click and paste that in. Click Save and Apply. And you'll have your video right on your page here. Oh, very cool. Very cool new feature here. All right, and last but not least, and just a heads up guys, if that was a little fast, I will be creating a 10-minute tip video on how to add these video widgets as well to this landing page. So I'll be making that after class today, so that will be to come. Feel free to check out slmtraining.com for that as well. Okay, and last but not least, we have our testimonial widget. So after you click Save and Apply here, right, you always have to click Save and Apply after editing any widgets, and then click Next on the top right. And this is editing the testimonial widget. Right, so you can put in your team name here, a headline. All right, you can see the description here. How would you rate your experience with fast properties? Okay, so you can put in the headline text here as well. So it tries to feed and correlate to whatever it says here, right? This said headline text, and that's what we'll update. Okay. How would you rate your experience? That will update here. Okay, so play with it. A lot of the placeholder text will show in the actual body as well. So you'll see that in just a minute here. But again, just a quick note, if you are taking notes on today's class, the testimonial widget is not fully live quite yet as of the 20th of December, 2019. So I don't recommend using it quite yet on live landing pages, but it is a very cool new feature that is to come, hopefully in the near future here. All right, so we're saving and applying. And I have now gone through all 6 of my widgets. Okay, I can see I'm on 6 of 6. And I can click this arrow on the top left to go back to all of my widgets and see that I have all these beautiful green check marks. And you'll also note, so this means all my widgets are configured, and I also now have the ability to publish the page. Okay, and when you're creating this, you do not have to use 6 widgets by any means, okay? I just want to show you guys what all the widgets do because they're very fun. But you can go ahead and throw on, 3 widgets, call it a day, and wrap this up in about 10 minutes. And it's quick and easy to create these landing pages. So if I click Publish Page on the top right, it's asking if I want to make it visible to others, so I'll click Yes. And that will take me on back to all of the landing pages that I have. So let's take a look now at kind of this library of your landing pages. So again, it takes me back to the site sections where we are, right? You probably don't have as many landing pages as I do, right? These are all ones I've created in the past. So if you have nothing here, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. This shows you your landing pages you've created in the past, and you have a couple options for editing here. So you can turn that off and on right here. So you can make that live or disable the landing page on the far left. This is the URL. So if you ever need to navigate on in here and grab the URL, You can go ahead and grab that right from here and share that to social media, send that out via email, okay, whatever the case may be. So if I want to see what it looks like live, I can also click on this URL. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And I'll open it up in a new page here. So I can see proudly presenting my property with the listing photo here. As I scroll down, you'll see the lead capture form as well. We have the neighborhood trends entered in with that market snap, and they can actually use the map here, which pulls from Google. We see the video that we added in, and also leaving the testimonial. So I really like this testimonial widget. It will be very cool once it launches, but again, I would hold off on using that until that is fully live. It looks great, but when they actually go, I was testing this before class, when they actually go to submit the testimonial, it won't actually submit through to you quite yet. All right, but very cool feature to come. So landing page, you can see it looks really great, really professional, and it's quick and easy to create. All right, I'm switching tabs here, so I was on my landing page. I'm going back to the overview of the landing pages. And again, I simply clicked on that URL to pull up what that looks like live, but you can always right click on it to copy it as well if you want to post that onto Facebook or Twitter or send it out in an email, whatever the case may be. And you can also put this on your signs, okay? That is my favorite idea for this. So, you're driving by a new listing as a client and you see a sign. Okay, there's maybe even flyer box out, but okay, we're in a digital age here, right? And all those millennials out there, they don't want to go out there and get that piece of paper. They want to be able to see an address, right? A website address, put that in their phone real quick and view all the information on the listing right from the landing page you created for them. So let's talk about the best ways to go about doing that, right? To putting this landing page on your signs. Okay, so obviously this URL is crazy, right? No one's driving by your sign, reading this URL and going to remember that. So what you would want to do is you would ideally want to purchase a custom domain name from a site like GoDaddy, okay? And these domain names are $12 a year typically, so it's nothing crazy. I actually even have a link for purchasing a GoDaddy domain name for 99 cents for the first year. All right, so I'll send that out. All right, 99 cents for the first year, can't beat that. Okay, but let's say I go to GoDaddy.com and I purchase a domain name for 123northpolestreet.com. Okay, 123mainstreet.com. Okay, whatever you would like that to be. You could then forward that domain name to this landing page specifically. And we can help you with that, right? If you purchase a domain name and let us know you want it forwarded to your landing page, we can do that for you, which is even better. Okay, so that way you could put on your sign 123northpolestreet.com, so when someone drives by, they see that URL, put it in their phone and can view all the property information right from their phone, and they can even contact you right from there for a private showing. Talk about a great way to get both the listing and the buyer, right? That's a beautiful thing. And so that is what I would recommend, is purchasing a domain name for this landing page if you're going to put this somewhere like a sign, right? Or really even a flyer, right? Any print material, that would be ideal. You can edit this URL, right? Because it's crazy off default. If you click on the three dots on the very far right of this landing page, you are given more options. Anytime you see these three dots in command, that means more options, so check that out. This is how you would go about editing the landing page further. You can change the URL, and we can deactivate and delete it. So let's take a look at changing the URL. So unfortunately, you can only change this portion of it. So I could name this 123 North Pole Street and click create. So I can customize it to an extent, but still, this is a very long URL. People are not going to drive by your sign and be able to retain that. So that's where I would recommend the domain name if you can invest in that. And again, it's only $12 a year, so it's a pretty nominal cost, and it does really great for promoting listings. So I'd recommend it. You can also see here how many leads were procured from this landing page and the date it was created. And just a heads up, you can also toggle this list. So you can toggle it. You'll notice if I hover my mouse over leads and I click on it, it will resort it by the ascending and descending order by the date created or leads procured from that landing page. So you can reorder that there. One more thing from here, you'll see where it says neighborhood pages. So that was all from landing pages. You also have those neighborhood pages, right? That's kind of where we started class in the contact record, right, with Santa Claus. We created that neighborhood page. So if you ever need to quickly just grab that URL, you can do that right from here, right? You could right click on the URL and copy it. You can see here how many neighborhoods is on this landing page specifically. And you can even edit the neighborhoods that are on it by clicking on the pencil icon. Okay, this pencil icon, anytime you see that in command, that indicates edit. Excuse me. So if I click on that edit icon, I can then see which neighborhoods, and I can, X out of any or add any further ones here as well. And you can note here it may take a moment for the landing page to update. And last but not least, we do have some settings on the very top right here. So this will take you to your marketing profile if you needed to edit that. We also have landing page settings here, which isn't anything too crazy here. Really, it's just being able to change the coloring of the landing page. So if you want it to be red to brand with KW, or if you like the cool look of the blue or this dark coloring, you can absolutely do that to match your branding. Alrighty guys, so that was landing pages in a nutshell. Let's take the last thing that we're going to take a look at in today's class is the listing section of command. So this is the KWLS 2.0. So where that is on the left-hand side here. It kind of looks like a yard sign. Okay, so we're clicking on the icon that looks like a yard sign on the left side menu of command near the bottom. Okay, so you'll see at the top here that this is still in lab, so this is not fully live yet, but this is a listing sneak peek. You are now in the listing panel tab, search across US and parts of Canada. Coming soon, you'll be able to create and edit listings in here as well. So if you notice any information that's not correct, you can edit it from here, and you can even add listings if they're not showing up. All right, so you can see right here things to stay tuned about. Now, to explain this section to you guys and why this is important, all of this information on here will pull from Nextdoor, and it is set to update every 16 minutes, okay? They are at about an 85% capacity at pulling over all listings across the entire country into command, okay? So previously, if you've been using a website, it probably had an IDX feature that only showed listings in your area, in your MLS, right? Well, with the new KWLS 2.0, it's going to show all listings across the entire country. So that means on your websites, on your KW Command website, your landing pages, these neighborhood landing pages, right? This is pulling in all listings from across the country without you having to do anything. You do not have to set up an IDX feed. This will just automatically happen in your account. Now, again, they are at about an 85% capacity on that. All right, so if you are not seeing a certain listing within command, you can let KW support know by clicking on the question mark on the top right here. Click chat with support to let them know the listing is not displaying so that they can push that through. So let's take a look at this a little deeper. I'll explain that more. So let's go ahead and click on Take Me to KWLS 2.0. All right, I'm going to pull over another agent's account who has listings so you can see what that looks like. All right, so I clicked on Take Me to KWLS 2.0, and that takes me immediately to my KWLS. So these are showing your listings specifically. Now, if you have listings and they are not displaying, make sure that your MCA adds in your MLS ID to the white pages. That's the only requirement to get these listings to pull through. Other than that, again, all listings should automatically display without you having to do anything. You just add it to the MLS, and that will pull over for you. Okay, so that will default on the My KWLS section here, but you can also take a look at the listing search as well. So where there's a listing search at the top, go ahead and click on that. It may ask you to know your location. I'm going to click Allow. Okay, you want to allow it to know your location so that it can pull in all the listings nearby. Now, as you can see, it does take a couple sections to actually update that. All right, but you can use this map on the bottom to zoom in and out, right, and search through any listings. Okay, so you can search per neighborhood here. All the listing data is on the right-hand side. You can click on that to view all the listing details for that property. Okay, so you can click on any of those. You can click on location here to see that on a map. On the right-hand side here, you have the option to kind of toggle how it looks here if you don't want a map or if you want that to be expanded, list, gallery, or map. I know I just clicked through that super quick, guys, but you can play with whatever view you would like it to be if you need to look through listings. And we also have the ability to search through filters on the top right here. Okay. So this is the KWLS 2.0 that is going to be syndicating out your listings and so forth. Right. So again, this is where all of the information, all the listing data pulls from for any landing pages like we created today, your KW Command website, smart plans, neighborhood landing pages, everything within KW Command. All right, guys, so that was the listing section of your KW Command platform. Before I let you go, I just want to give you just a couple tips here on Command in general. First of all, if you have any ideas that you want implemented into Command, if you go to ideas.kw.com, you can put in the ideas that you have. So this is where KW Command goes to get recommendations from agents. Okay, they are trying to create a portal that is created by agents for agents. That's their whole thing right now. So if you scroll down, you can see the different ideas that agents have submitted, like notifications from Command, number of contacts, and so forth, right? And you'll want to vote on it. So before adding in a new idea that you want implemented, search to see if it's already been added, because the more votes there are, the more likely it's actually going to get implemented by Keller Williams International. So just a quick tip on that, and I have seen them actually implement things right from here. So it is worth your time to give them your input. Let them know what you want to see more of. You're the agent. You're using it every day. What do you want them to do differently on this? All right, guys. So again, that was ideas.kw.com. And if you have any other questions as you're going through all this, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. And remember that on slmtraining.com, you can find all of our training webinars, including this one I'll put up later as well. You can see all the Command training right from here to start learning more about Command. All right, guys, let us know as you have questions. We are more than happy to help you with your transition over to Command. Again, our email is support@scottleroymarketing.com. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys create some really awesome landing pages, and let us know if you have any questions at all. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and happy holidays.